So next we're going on to page 285, which is a Philippe Rameau, another French composer. French composers were really popular during the Baroque period, not just Bach in Germany, Bach and Handel, but there was a very lively French scene in the Baroque period. This is a minuet, so it was a dance that was very popular for over 200 years. This was the #1 dance done in Europe. And actually no other dance comes even close. The waltz, although it's very popular, we can't say it's the #1 dance for 200 years. It might have lasted for 200 years, but it's not the #1 dance as the minuet was. So when we look at this piece, you can see that the left hand doesn't quite have the polyphony of some earlier Baroque pieces we worked on, but it's very independent. So I'd like to start with the left hand. It starts right out with an octave. We're in the key of C. So follow the fingering closely. Let's try the first 8 measures. 1, 2, 3. Octave, and then your thumb here. Extend a little bit and bring it down. 5, 1, down an octave, C, G, C. So measure 7 and 8 is the cadence, and very often that's where we have a lot of activity in the left hand, or just a little more tricky activity as we're wrapping up the idea and giving a bass line that goes with it. Often for pianists, the cadences are tricky. Okay, let's look at the right hand that far. This is one of the more challenging pieces in this supplement, so let's take it slow. Right hand is in a C5 finger pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Here comes the first fingering change. G position, and then go back up. High G. So it's a very active right hand that's doing a lot of eighth notes, and while the left is doing its own thing down there in the bass. So I'm going to put it together. Don't do that until you're ready though. 1 and 2 and 3 and. And then you want to go on and learn your B section same way. Do one hand at a time and then the other, and don't put them together until you're really prepared. Each hand has good fingering and you have a good instinct what happens next. And then the good news is, in measure 17, what happens? The A section just comes back. And if you look it over, you'll notice that it's verbatim, it's note per note. So once you've learned the first 8 measures, you also know the last 8 measures. So I'm going to go ahead and just play the B section for you. Notice that it seems to be modulating. What sharp do you see a lot? Right, a lot of F sharp. So it looks like we're modulating to the dominant, to G major here for a little bit at least. And it's nice to maybe change the dynamics too on the B section, do something a little bit different with it.